Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. In these clips that I've been putting together on the YouTubes, I've been solving math problems out of this book, GMAT Review, the official guide. You must have this book in order to follow my work. You can purchase this book at mba.com. Right now I'm going to solve a problem that appears on page number 159, page 159, problem solving 56. There are two types of questions for the GMAT. One is called problem solving, the other ones are referred to as data sufficiency. These are problem solving, number 56. If after watching the clip you find it helpful and you decide that you would like to purchase the DVDs that I have put together, which contain the solutions to all the math problems in this book. There are altogether about 400 problems, 250 problem solving, and 150 approximately data sufficiency. Send me an email and I'll take care of those DVDs. Also, if you wish to hire my services for private one-to-one tutoring, I'm located in Connecticut. Send me an email and we'll set something up. I'm willing to go anywhere as long as we can come to an agreement. Go to www.prep4gmat.com, prep4gmat.com, and send me an email. Let's see what problem number 56 has to say. Problem number 56 says, which of the following is not a square of an integer? Which of the following is not a square of an integer? Which of the following is not a square of an integer is a bloody awkward way of saying which of the following is not a perfect square. Let's take a look. We just have to find which of the following is not a perfect square, that's all. A is square root of 1, which is 1, and if you take a square root again, it will remain 1. Is 1 a perfect square? In other words, is 1 a square of an integer? Of course it is. 1 could be written as 1 squared. 1 is a square of an integer, the integer being itself. Let's look at B. B says square root of 4. Square root of 4. I'm going to leave this alone for a second. Let's move on to C. C says 18 over 2. 18 over 2, which of course is 9. Is 9 a perfect square? Of course it is. 9 is a square of an integer. 9 is a square of 3. So that doesn't work. A didn't work. Let's look at D. D says 41 minus 25. Well, 41 minus 25 is 36. Is 36 a perfect square? Of course it is. 36 is the square of 6. That's no good. And E is the same thing. E says 36. Which of course not. 36 is the square of 6 as I just showed there. The answer is B, because the square root of 4 equals 2, and 2 cannot be written as a square of another integer. Question was, which of the following is not a square of another integer? 2 is not a square of another integer. 1 is a square of another integer. 1 itself. 9 is a square of another integer, integer being 3. 3 squared will give you 9. 36 is a square of another integer, which is 6, and so on and so forth. B is not. The answer is B. That's all. Let's move on then. The next problem. Number 57. The Fermat prime. These are special kind of prime numbers. Let's first talk about quickly what prime numbers are. A prime number is a number that only goes into itself and 1 and nothing else. For example, you cannot divide 3 by any other number except itself and 1. It's a prime number. 5 is a prime number because 5, the only number that you can divide evenly 5 into is 5 itself and 1. That's it. 7 is a prime number. 9 is not. 11 is a prime number. You can divide 11 only in itself and 1 and nothing else. 13 is a prime number. 15 is not a prime number. 15 goes into 3 and 5. 17 is a prime number. 19 is a prime number. 21 is not a prime number. It will go into 3 and a 7. 23 is a prime number, and so on and so forth. Did I leave anything out? The answer is yes. I left out one prime number in the list, which is 2. 2 is a prime number. I'm going to write it here. 2 is a prime number. 2 is the only even number that's a prime number. But because of course if its number is an even number, it will go into 2. But 2 qualifies as a prime number. Why? Because 2 meets the condition. The condition is that this number has to go only in itself and 1. Of course, the only number that you can divide 2 into is itself and 1. So it meets the qualification. It meets the requirement to be a prime number. So therefore 2 is a special number, is a prime number. Now for mid primes, a very particular kind of prime numbers which can be written in the form like this. 2 raised to some power. Let me put it a little bit. 2 raised to some power plus a 1. So we have a, which is 3. Can I write 3 as 2 raised to some power plus a 1? In other words, if we were to subtract 1 from 3, what do I get? I get 2, which raised to 1 gives me 2 there, plus a 1, you see? 3 can be written in this form, 2 raised to some power plus a 1. So that qualifies. That is a for mid prime, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Let's look at B. B says 5. Of course 5 can also be written in this form because if you subtract 1 from 5 you get 4, which you can write it like this. 2 raised to 2 plus a 1. 5 can be written in this form. 2 raised to some power, power being 2 here, plus a 1. So that is a for mid prime. Let's look at C. C says 17. Can I write 17? If I subtract 1 from 17, I get 16. 16 can be written as 2 raised to 4. You see? You have to know your multiples of 2 by heart. You get 2, 4, 8, and 16. The fourth power of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 raised to 4 is 16. Plus a 1, so 17, a prime number of 17 can be written in this form. That is a for mid prime. Let's look at D. 31. Now we're talking. 31. If I were to subtract 1 from 31, I get 30. And 30 cannot be written as 2 raised to some power. 32 can be, you see? 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. 2 raised to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 raised to 5th power equals 32. But 30 cannot be written as 2 raised to some power. This thing does not work. If I were to continue, the next one will be 64. Next one will be 128. And then 256. These are some of the basic multiples of 2 that you should know by heart if you're going to sit for GMAT. You shouldn't have to waste your time in the exam trying to multiply 128 by 2. You should know this by heart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 raised to 8 equals 256, which is your next number in the answer choice. The next one is 257. Can I write 257 as 2 raised to some power plus 1? Of course. 2 raised to, I forget now what power it was. Just now I did it a second ago. I forgot what power it was. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 raised to 8 power gives me 256 plus a 1. So that one works. The only thing that does not work is D. The answer is D. D is not a for mid prime. Alright? I'll see you in the next clip. Send me an email. Get subscribed to the channel if you wish to get these videos right away, and send me an email if you wish to talk to me about DVDs or hiring me for personal tutoring. Thank you.